James Melinus, I have this really lovely Côtes de Gascogne wine. It's a Gros Manseng. I'll tell you all about it, so stay tuned. I'm delighted when I try new regions, and actually not a new region, but I've tasted this region's wines before. They're fantastic. I don't taste them very often, but it's one of these reminders to me that I need to put on my wine racetrack. What my wine racetrack is basically my calendar that I put on a physical calendar that reminds me I need to be tasting these certain wines. Now this region, the Côtes de Gascogne, is in Armagnac. So Armagnac is the distilled spirit from wine grapes, of course. And so this becomes a region that in 1982, it becomes a high quality wine appellation in France. And the purpose in doing so is having lovely wines like this. So this producer is, it's from a 17th century estate. So they're producing both Armagnac and still wine. So the family of Bernard and Frederick Piffard are the winemakers, and father and son team. Now they're distilling spirits as well as creating still wines. I think this really shows and harkens to this really great region that you're going to find Gros Manseng. That is a particular variety. There is Petit Manseng. And I'll post that video right here of the Petit Manseng that I tasted. It's a lovely wine. And this is a Gros Manseng. I'm not aware of any Gros Manseng that grows in the United States. In the middle Atlantic, you'll find Petit Manseng. Now we have a 2017. This is from the producer Domaine de Papolle. Now this is again from the Côtes de Gascogne. That is a variety right here, the Gros Manseng. 11.5% ABV. Now off the bat, this is a 42.5% grams per liter content wine. Now that means it's a sweeter wine. It is not the sweetest one. Now their production, the Petit Manseng, is about 65 grams, and this is 42.5 grams. So in sweetness level, it's cut in about a third. And to me, at 42.5, it is perceived, you can definitely perceive the sweetness on the palate, but it's really finishes dry, which I think is really nice. And it's really hard to understand that until you taste those wines itself. And I think for me, this region, of course, is in Armagnac. So it has a dual characterization that a lot of wine regions don't have, where they're producing both spirits and wine at the same time in the same region. Now, I think this is a really handsome, gorgeous wine. Serve this in a normal wine glass. Don't serve this in a dessert wine glass because it doesn't need to be. You can serve this with a variety of cheeses, charcuterie. You can serve this, of course, with foie gras. You can serve this with any salty foods. Serve this before your dinner. Maybe it's a nice cocktail wine, and a small portion, of course. And it's really to enliven the palate. I think it's absolutely stunningly beautiful. The Domaine de Papolle, I think they just produce some really phenomenal wines and true to the spirit of the region. And I think this is really an honest, beautiful, gorgeous wine that's captivating. Some questions really relate to about fearing serving dessert wines when they think their guests may not like them. I think ultimately it's to give a try, right? Or not for it, you don't serve it to them. But to those who want to give a try, to take that opportunity to taste a wine that you don't always get to taste from. That's a great opportunity here. So I'll put a map right here so you see this region. You're going to see that this is west of Toulouse and the wine region Gaillac. And I think this is a really great region for these particular wine grape varieties. It's really phenomenal for their Armagnac. And I think this is a point of difference that it's not going to be a Sauterne or a dessert wine, a golden sticky. So these are going to be characterized differently. They're not going to be the Sauterne wines from Bordeaux. A nice liveliness to this wine. And on this, I'm getting notes of fresh honeysuckle, of sliced yellow peach, a bit of yellow nectarine. So it's a really nice stone fruit characterization. A bit of apricot notes and beeswax. Next, the palate characterization. Yellow peach, orange zest, flowers. Bit of a savory quality, which I assign to both wildflower honey and what I would also term sesame. So a bit of sunflower notation, which in my opinion gives a bit of that savory quality, as well as wildflower honey. It definitely finishes on the drier side. So on the beginning of the palate experience is a notation of sweetness that really dissipates quickly and finishes up nearly dry. This wine is 93 points out of 100 points. I'll put more information on this producer down below. Questions and comments can be listed down below. More information on this producer down below. And if you've already subscribed, thank you so much. I really appreciate your support. Many more great wines to come. In 2018, my wine table still brimmeth over with so many wines. Thank you for your support. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more. Santé.